Welcome back to the Ray Whitney podcast, you guys. I'm so excited for this episode. Like, I don't even think you guys are ready because this is going to be just like an open chat with me and Emily. So, Emily Aarons is here with us. She is so dope and amazing. We've been connected on social media for, I don't know, like 7, 8 years now. And I was in your Mastery and Ascension membership, which was the meditation specifically for business owners. So I'm a woo girl. I'm a God lover. I believe in Jesus, but I'm also have like a little bit of woo in me. And so I loved to have your meditations in my back pocket to just like tap in to my highest self as a business owner, the CEO self, pull in my clients. Like it just, I don't know, something about it just really has helped to shift something in me and to like calm my spirit and for me to show up authentically. And that's been a journey. It's been a journey and I'm still on the journey. So anyway, Emily, welcome to the podcast. Please introduce yourself.
Thanks for having me, Ray. And I'm still on the journey too. I'm never there. I have never reached the mountaintop. I want to always be a student because I feel like that's a good place to be open.
Yes.
And I feel like our businesses are such a great catalyst for more spiritual growth. And I love God too. So like I know some people get a little, weirded out when I say I'm an energy healer. I've been doing this work for 25 years. I was brought up in like I had like the religious smorgasbord in my house,
Hmm.
Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, like I had it all.
Wow.
And so in a weird way, I think I was lucky because I was never like strictly indoctrinated into one particular lane. And
Yeah.
so it helped me. And I was a latchkey kid, like my parents were gone and I was by myself all the time. And I was into like buying books on spirituality and weird stuff like that. And that's kind of how I entertain myself. And I think that all those years of kind of like growing up by myself and learning how to fend for myself and getting scrappy, it helped me to become the entrepreneur I am. And it also helped me to kind of go inward versus
Yeah.
outward for answers from people, from mentors. Like I was always like by myself. So I had to always count on myself and my instincts. And I think that really helped to develop who I was. And so when I graduated from high school, I went directly into learning massage therapy and energy healing. I started my first business at
Oh,
22.
so
Thank you.
cool.
And I was younger than my partners by over a decade when I was 22.
Mhm.
And I thought I was behind. I was like, I gotta hurry up. My friends are in college, like I gotta catch up. And that, like, I don't know why I thought that way, but also the business, I was around for a few years and it ended poorly. I had to hire a lawyer because my partners literally locked me out of my own office that I wrote a award-winning business plan for,
Oh my
and it
God.
was nasty. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm never going to have business partners again. And also, like, I'm not letting somebody else decide how I get to be in the world
Yes.
and
Yeah.
like what my dreams are because I always was expanding and they were like, no, 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 let's keep it small and local. And
Hmm.
I've always had that calling since I was like 5 years old. Like I know I want to help people.
Hmm.
And I don't always know how. And like we were talking before, this like we're always evolving and changing.
Yeah.
And and eventually, like let's fast forward a decade, about 2017, kind of near the time where we met,
Yeah.
um, was when I brought my in-person brick and mortar healing business into the online space for the first time.
So awesome.
And I was like, I don't know how this is going to go, but I'll use Zoom and do like virtual sessions. I've been doing this work for so long. I mean, I could do virtually whether I'm in person with somebody not touching their physical body or I'm online. Let's see how this goes. And maybe I'll record a few meditations. And at the time, I thought my voice was terrible. I didn't think people would like it. Turns out I was completely wrong on that one.
Completely wrong. I love hopping on your lives and like just like being in. I've like for years, literally, it's so cool that we get to do this because for years I'll hop on a live or we'll DM back and forth. You'll send me like it's just been so awesome. So I'm sure you've helped so many people just
Yeah.
like unlock something in them, or hear the thing that they needed to hear in that day to like keep going on, right? And I want to say something. So you talked about how as a child you always have been into spirituality and like energy. And it's so fascinating to me how things that we liked and loved as a child, as an adult, it has helped shape who you are, right? So same with
Hey.
me. Like as a kid, I was obsessed with photos. I was obsessed with making collages and going to get pictures printed. And fast forward to think about like that younger Ray and just how much I loved it. And now how my whole life, I've built a whole life around photography and capturing images for people and showing people the beauty that I see. It's just so fascinating, right? Like so if you're a mom or a
Mhm.
dad that's tapped in right now and your child has something that might be a little weird or different or just this thing that they like to like tap into, just really like feed that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Did you
give that
feel like
space
when you
for
were
that.
growing up that your family nurtured that in you, or was it just kind of like you were on your own, or how did you do?
I think that so my parents both were educators. My mother was a mathematician and she was an educator at both the high school and college level. My father is a historian. He has his doctorate in African American history. So they were really pressed on me going to school and doing the school thing, right? And so for the longest time, I was on track to get a CPA. You know, I was a finance major, went back to school for accounting.
Wow.
I had studied and all the things. So when the whole photography, they've always cultivated this love for photography. Like I've always had a camera. I cannot remember a time that I didn't have a camera. It was my dad's or somebody's, but I had a camera. And even when I went to undergrad, I remember the point and shoots, the little Polaroid point and shoots were the thing. I had a little pink one, and I used to. I mean, I always had a camera. When I graduated undergrad, my gift to myself was a big girl camera. I went and got the DSLR. My dad
Ooh.
took me to Best Buy, and 500, $600. I thought it was like the most top tier. Little did I know it was very next level consumer. But I bought a camera then, and it's just always been this thing. But they were like, yeah, 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 cute, 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 but like, go study for the CPA. You know what I mean? Like, go
Yeah.
and get the corporate job, like, give it 5 more years. So I think like when Ray Whitney photography really started to take off, and I'll never forget the first time my first destination wedding that I got booked, they paid for my flight and accommodations and paid me. And I remember going to my mom and dad and being like, I'm going to Dominican Republic. Like, I'm going to be shooting their wedding like on
Surprise, I'm a
CPA.
photographer.
I'm a photographer. And they're like, wait, what? And shout out to my sister because she had been an esthetician and a makeup artist. So she was able to vouch. She's like, no, y'all, Ray's really good. And this is can be such a thing. Like it's really happening. So I think for it was still a very like, they're like, okay, that's cute, but like,
Yeah.
don't lose your job,
Yeah.
and then as I, if I made my first, like, oh my God, I made $10,000, y'all, in the business, they're like, okay, this is like, and so it took them a while. It
Yeah.
really did take them a while, but I think over the time in them really seeing the joy,
Hmm.
how things organically snowballed for me.
Mhm.
I think they were just like, this just might be her thing,
Yeah.
and let me ride the wave. And, so they've come a long way. And now, I mean, honestly, my mother has passed, but she was so proud of me. She got to see me do this business and serve people. And, she's just like, this is so fitting for your personality. And
Yeah.
even my dad, he loves it. He's so proud. He tells everybody, like, my daughter is an award-winning photographer nationwide, So
Oh,
we've come a really long way. Even with the power of social, there's so many changes.
oh yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they pushed it for a long time for the
That's
corporate Ray to stay alive.
That's well, that and I was asking because everyone has a different lived experience.
Mhm.
My family, I was always like the family, I don't want to call it the black sheep, like to call it the sparkly unicorn of the family.
Yes,
It's very on brand. And
very. I love it.
but it's like I didn't have like the support and the people getting me. They're like, I guess you're gonna be an energy healer now. And when I
Mm.
started my business, it was like I was wanting them to take me as seriously as I took myself. And it was still never really got that same like respect or excitement or enthusiasm from them.
Yeah.
Brought my business online. My husband was like totally against it. He was like, what are you
Mm.
doing? Like, is this even gonna work? And how I don't understand what you're doing. My husband is like so like old school. He's a backyard farmer, he's a plumber. Like if you can't see it and touch it in your hands, like it doesn't exist.
It's not real. Yeah.
And so I was like, no, I'm helping thousands of people online. And my first year online, I 10x my business. And then he was like, okay, like,
This is a real thing.
so I guess it's a real thing. And
Yeah.
he stopped with like the doubting and like kind of sometimes he was even sabotaging. Like he'd walk in the middle of my meditation. He'd be like, hey, do we have any blah blah blah? And be like,
Right, right, right. Wow.
and that stopped, that like he just didn't know how to handle it. And so he stopped and it was like the roles reversed. I became the breadwinner and he was like, okay. And he was like my number one cheerleader and things really shifted. And the other day I was working through, family stuff and my husband's like, why are you so hard on yourself all the time? Like, why you just like appreciate how amazing you are and how like the work that you're doing impacts people. And I was like, I don't know, why am I so hard on myself? And I sat with it, and this is going to get really deep really fast. And I
It's
was
okay.
like, okay. And I'm like, I equate like the more success I have to the more love I'm worthy of receiving.
Mm.
And it's like, I think we all find ourselves feeling a little unworthy
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, whether it
Yeah.
is success or, love or whatever the thing is. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like kind of a thought that's ruining my life. I think I need to cut that out. And I did some deep healing on that. And I did some journaling on it. And like I wrote a letter to my parents of like some stuff that I should have said or wanted to say. And I just set it on fire and let it go. And like, I'm not going to let this rule my life or my thoughts. And I think he said something that was like mic drop. He's like, you know what? You could be filling stadiums and they still wouldn't get it. Like,
Hmm.
whoa, like the God.
So real though.
Yeah. But like from a young age, from you too, it's
Yeah.
like we have this passion, this stirring. And I feel like when I'm coaching, you know, amazing CEOs, amazing women at this point that they are successful, they've done it, or people who are like finding their purpose, finding their path. Like I always refer back to their inner child. Like what did that
Mhm.
little you used to do, used to like to, what were you into? I mean, you just said like my whole life I've always had a camera. Like
Yeah.
no, seems like the writing's on the wall, right?
No, really. Yeah. Truly. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's so good. And I think we all have some limiting thought
For sure.
that is really keeping us, from our best lives,
For sure.
And it's all, we all are working towards it. And I think, like, even with entrepreneurship, and we started talking about this before we press record, but
Yeah.
like, entrepreneurship truly is more of a personal development journey than anything,
Oh yeah.
right? Like the more that you become aware of the limiting thought, that repeating thing that is just kind of happening in the subconscious that's
Mm,
holding you back from showing up,
mm,
or your the cons, the thing, your weaknesses, let's say it like that, the weaknesses that you have, maybe it's in
mhm.
communication, maybe it's in logistics, maybe it's in follow through. Those things show up
Oh,
at
for sure.
every level in business. And it's just really like you have to have a higher level of self-awareness in this
Yeah.
thing. It's
Yeah.
on nobody else,
That's
baby.
it. That's
No
it.
one.
And I think that that's a good thing. And I think, that first year in business when my husband was doubting me, I was like, okay, and I had one kid at that point, I have two now, but I
Hmm.
was like, what if I was the only person responsible for this mortgage payment and like putting food on the table? Would that change the way I show up? And
Hmm.
I was like, yep.
Yeah.
If I had to make $1,000 this week and
Yeah.
next and the week after and the week after that consistently, how would I show up? What would I do? What would I like? What's the type of person? What's their characteristics, their personality traits? What is that like? And I'm like, okay, well, I gotta like put it out there. And
Yeah.
something like I say to especially newer entrepreneurs is, it's this great metaphor. Like when you're driving down the road, how do you know when there's a house for sale?
Hmm.
There's a sign. Like we don't assume that every house on the street is for sale
Until you see the
until
sign.
you see the sign.
Yeah.
And so like our social media channels are those signposts.
Hmm.
You think
I
about
love
it that
that.
way. And
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, so am I going to put my house for sale sign out on Monday and then take it out for the rest of the week until like 2 weeks when I feel like putting it back out and I'm like motivated and like excited about it again?
Yeah.
Or maybe I should leave it out on a daily basis. So
Yes.
the off chance somebody's driving by at 10 p.m. when I'm asleep,
Yeah.
they'll know this
Don't
house
know.
is for sale.
Ah, that is so, so good. That is so true. That is so
Right?
true. And I was thinking when you talked about energy healing, I
Yeah.
think that one of the most important intangible pieces of selling as an entrepreneur is energy,
Yes.
is your energy, right? Like
Yes.
when the person selling something is excited about the
Yes.
offer, the sale, the opportunity, and you show up with that energy, that sells people more than whatever they're getting.
Yes.
Like,
Exactly.
but when you also are super timid and scared and shy and not really too sure if the price, like, can't say the price with your chest, you
Yeah.
can't say it, you're just
Yeah.
tiptoeing around it, people are going to tiptoe around it as well and probably tiptoe away, and
Absolutely.
so I think I love this concept of energy healing. I love this concept of energy awareness for
Yeah.
real.
Yes.
um
Let's talk about that
let's
because,
talk about it.
like, this is like, one of the things I do really well is bring this esoteric concept of energy down to earth where, like, we're living day to day and, like, shit's real. So,
Yes.
first of all, I call this the energetic advantage. There's
Okay.
three simple steps. First one is energy. So, like you just said, like, your energy is off, people are going to feel that.
Hmm.
And so the first thing that I would invite people to do, especially as uh, founders, photographers, whoever is ready to make an impact in the world, is to tap into your own energy. And I say, do this for 1 minute a day. Just
Hmm.
like scan from the top of your head down to your feet, check in. How am I doing? Do I
Hmm.
have tension or tightness anywhere? Am I holding my breath? Am I feeling nervousness? Do I feel really
Hmm.
expansive or really contracted? Just like a quick check-in is going to be
Yes.
such a game changer just on a daily basis. You don't have to sit in perfect meditation in silence. Like, even just before you get out of bed, before you open your eyes, just like scan top of the head. How am I feeling? Set an intention for the day, maybe.
Hmm.
But when you can get your energy clear and really hold that space for yourself, then you can start to imagine, what is my best life ever look like? What does happily ever after look like? When I
Hmm.
close my eyes and I dream about one day, someday, what does it look like? What do I
Hmm.
look like?
Hmm.
And one of the things we were talking about before we were recording was, I'm a course creator, I'm a teacher, I help people do what I do.
Hmm.
And I really want to step into that role of a speaker and as a leader and as an author. And it's a little bit of a shift for me. And what
Hmm.
helps me to get into that energy is when I close my eyes and I imagine myself walking up on a stage wearing a baller outfit, grabbing the mic,
Yes.
like receiving awards,
Hmm.
like writing a book, having a book, signing a book. Like when I'm
Signing the book.
seeing these kinds of images in my mind, it's also helping that neural pathway rewire, rewire, rewire every time I do that. And our thoughts become things.
Yes.
So when you can get your energy into sort of imagine that life, your energy immediately expands and gets really vibrant. And
Hmm.
like you mentioned, you've been on live with me. Like, how many lives have you been on with me? I have zero makeup on. I have my hair in a mess. Who God knows what I'm even wearing. I'm just like, I'm going live and I don't care. Like, just giving it.
But it's so crazy. It's never about that. And I think
Never
that that
about
is a
that.
good reminder for somebody and even myself. Like we are like, oh, I gotta let me put on the right t-shirt because or let me like do my makeup or do my hair or whatever. But it's like the person on the receiving end never remembers any of that. I don't remember any of that. I never came on your live and was like, look at Emily looking crazy. Like that's never my thought. My thought was, oh my gosh, like she's, let me tap into what she's saying. Like if she's gonna pull a card, let me put my name in the bucket. Like, I don't know, like let me just kind of hear what she has going on. And what
Mm,
she's chatting about, because that could be the energy shift that I needed in that day just to
mm.
get me to show up for all the things that may have going on. You know what I mean? And so it's never about what it looks like for real.
For real. And like that's the thing. A lot of us, especially newer entrepreneurs, they make almost like an excuse,
Hmm.
where it's like the superficial issue is I don't know what I'm going to wear. I haven't done my makeup. I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to stutter. I'm going to, pause and or no one's going to be there. Like all of these
Right.
superficial issues are there, and I think they're valid. I don't want to say they're invalid. They are valid, but when you kind of sit with that for a second and kind of go deeper, we're looking at sort of a core issue, which is in the throat chakra, which is about speaking your truth and it's about visibility.
Hmm.
So, like, okay, I'm going to say something and people are going to judge me.
Hmm.
Okay, that's getting a little more honest. Um,
Yeah.
I'm afraid people won't like me. I'm not going to fit in. I don't feel worthy if I don't have the perfect thing to say.
Hmm.
So knowing, like you said, like knowing your shortcomings. Okay, so how do we overcome that? Like, don't stay in the problem.
Yeah.
Let's make a solution.
Make
So
the
what's
solution.
this? What would you offer? Okay, well, I could go to ChatGPT and be like, I have this thing to say and just go crazy. I
Yep.
need to have three good talking points that I can do my first live while I'm really nervous. Make it short and concise. Okay,
Yeah.
done. Now you get to go on live. Or
Yeah.
that's just an example, but also you have to start trusting yourself that you've been given this idea, you've been given this gift. This is God given.
Yes.
Isn't it your
Yes.
duty to serve and to be
Hmm.
giving and to be of service to people through these natural
Hmm.
abilities and gifts? Like you're holding it hostage inside of you. Meanwhile, there are people who are suffering in silence who need you, not someone like you or not the other person who's already internet famous like you, but actually you. They're
Uh,
praying for you.
yes. 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 And I think also we have to take ourselves back to moments
Yeah.
where we did share or do the thing and it helped someone. Remember that. Just like take yourself back there. And there's so many moments of that. Like when I think about like when I get into my place of selling or my energy or I have something going on, I take myself back to the times that I've changed my clients' lives. Just that one client. Like I've literally watched them go from this, almost like a little caterpillar, and there's this beautiful butterfly now. And it's like, if that is not enough proof for me to show up to catch the next caterpillar to help them become a butterfly, I don't know what is, right? Or, and I think too, if you're listening to this, and maybe you've been connected to me in some way, shape, or form, my people, which I love, I just want you all to know I also have moments where I am extremely nervous to press record. I'm extremely nervous to come on live. I might feel like what I have to say won't resonate. Who's listening? You know what I mean? Am I good enough? Like everybody has that,
Yes.
those thoughts. And some people actually stay in those thoughts. I push myself past those thoughts and remember and remind myself of the God-given talent, of the person who I have helped, I am helping, of the people that might be connected that need to hear this. And then also I know I come from a good place. Like my heart posture for the work that I do, I really care. Like I really, really care. And if there's nothing else more, I want my people in hands of people that actually care. Because
Or
there's plenty of people on the internet, some big wigs, some small wigs, it doesn't even matter, that don't give a jack diddly squat about you. And they will never really,
yeah.
they just really never will. But I can tell you one thing, I'm gonna know my folk. Like I'm gonna know you, I care about you, I see you, I literally see you, right? And even in the sea of people, I'm going to still see you. And I want to always like keep that about me because that's my heart. And
Same.
that's what I desire for the people that I invest in, coaches that I work with. Like I seek that out. Like when I'm looking for, new thing I want to take, something I want to learn, more than anything, yes, I'm looking for the receipts. Like I want that person to actually be really know what they're talking about and not just be trying to sell me on somebody else's framework that they stole from the internet or whatever. But more than anything, I want them to see me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I want them to like learn how to say my name the right way. And that's really small, but
One.
that's a big thing. Don't call me Rhea. Like if I've corrected you three, four, five times and I'm paying you, there's no
Oh,
reason why you should keep calling me Rhea.
no.
You see what I'm
No.
saying? But that's
Yeah.
happened to me. That has
Oh,
happened to me so many times. Or, So I seek that out. Like I like to be seen and I like to see others. And I think that that truly makes a great coach, in my opinion.
Yes.
Right?
And I
When you,
think that's that energy, right? That's
yeah,
that genuine authenticity. So
yeah,
however you're showing up and speaking and selling,
yeah.
you're coming from that heart space. And I feel that too. It's like I know I can help you. I know that being in a space with me,
Oh,
your life is going to be better. Your
it's
business is
going,
going to explode. Your life is going to improve. Like you're going to feel the best ever and you're going to have new friends in the process. Like it's
yes.
going to be great.
Nothing is going to be the same. I know that,
Yeah.
like to the depths of me. And sometimes it can be frustrating because it's like you can hear the crickets or you see the people, but they just never really pull the trigger and then they kind of stay stuck. And it's just like, oh my God, like I'm here, but you just keep showing up. I don't know, you
And I
know?
think what you said too is like you have self-doubt too. I have self-doubt too.
Yes.
I just did my keynote for the first time a couple weeks ago. And the first thing I said to everybody, I was like, I am so nervous. I just have to say it so I
Yep.
can get it out of my system and everything's going to be fine. But I just have to like, whew, shake it off a little bit.
Yeah.
And so the second part is embodiment. So the first piece is energy.
Energy. Yes.
Second piece of the energetic advantage is embodiment. So
Hmm.
when you are self-doubt, when you're like, I don't know if I can do it, or the sales aren't coming in and like, I don't know, was this going to work? When you can go back to that feeling of yourself at that higher state and get your
Hmm.
energy back to that, like, okay, how am I going to be in this world? How can I embody that? What if I knew that this was going to sell out? If I knew I was going to help
Oh,
thousands of people, if I knew with no shadow of a doubt, like,
yeah.
how would my energy respond? How would my body respond? And what would I go do today? And
Yeah.
maybe I wouldn't be sitting on my laptop. Maybe I'd go have a lunch date with my girlfriend and like that
Enjoy myself.
have fun.
Yeah.
Because like we forget as entrepreneurs that having fun and having hobbies and like downtime and rest time is actually even more valuable than the like, I'm going to plan a
Keep
strategy.
on going.
I'm going
Yes.
to do a new funnel and I'm going to
Yes.
perfect the old funnel and I'm going to make more. Like sometimes the content that you're wanting to create is your life, like live
Yeah.
your life, unplug, but embody that. Uh,
Yeah.
and then we have those tools that when we are self-doubting, we're like, okay, how can I get back into energetic state? How can I get back into trust? How can I walk the walk? And the third piece is the execution. So like actually
Mhm.
do the thing that you say you're going to do.
Yes.
And I know both of us as coaches can get a little frustrated because both of us are high, like overachievers. So if
Yeah.
you want me to do something, it was done 10 minutes ago. Give me the next thing.
Right.
Like I move so fast and
Hmm.
I'm sure you do too. And so when clients are like, I don't
I'm still
know,
working on it.
like trying, like I'm trying to show up. It's like, oh, and then you were sharing like how recently that had happened to one of your groups.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I kind of
Maybe
gave
had some words.
we had some words in our coaching call, and I love them. They know that. Like I always end in like, I love y'all, like I love you, and I want the best for you, and I know that you have it in you. But I did. I kind of got in their butts. Like it was a lot of tough love. It was a lot of frustration. And it was really me calling out what I saw from the outside. And it's like, y'all have everything you need. There are some people that don't have the clarity. There's some people that don't have the support and the accountability. There's some people that don't know. But y'all know, like y'all know, no, no, no. And even when you don't know, I tell them this all the time. Sign into your course portal and tap into an energy. They know. I tell them that all the time. Your materials, these recordings, these trainings, these modules, the things that I put at your fingertips are a source of energy for you to tap into. And when you are low and you need to come up, you better
Mhm.
sign. And like I tell them that all the time. So they have everything. So I was
Mhm.
just so frustrated. The frustrated coach came out
Yes.
and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like what's up? Like you're showing up, but like once or twice a week, is that really enough for your business? Is
Hmm.
that the fuel and the gas you want to put into your business? Just a little drop, a little drop. But then you wonder why you're getting a little drop of increase and a little drop of sales. Like it's a direct correlation,
Mhm.
And I went off.
And it's frustrating as a coach too, because yes, we know that they have all the resources and everything available. And also as a coach, we see what is possible for you
Yes.
when you use these resources.
Yes.
And we have like, I mean, listen, even in grade school, there was like the star, who showed up and
Yeah.
everything and was like, extra credit. Can I do extra credit? Kid who's like, is it Tuesday? I don't know if I did any homework, right? So there's always going to be that spectrum of like top student and bottom student, whatever. There's going to be people who flunk out and who don't show up and don't get
Yes.
results. But what we're focused on as a coach is like, if I give you all of these resources and tools and hold your hand and keep you accountable, like, let's see what magic you can do. And we have seen
Yeah.
it so many
Seen
times.
it so many times.
Oh,
Seen it.
yes. And that's what's so frustrating. It's like, you can do this. You like,
Yeah.
and the other thing is like, I know when I was earlier coaching, I was such a codependent coach where I was like, here, hop on my back and my energy will take you up the mountain. Just don't worry about it. And then they'd get to like a pinnacle and then they would fall all the way back down because they didn't
Mm.
have the strength. They didn't work those muscles to climb that mountain and they fell down. And
And
it's
that's funny you say that because I never want to I don't want to handhold my people too much to the point where they feel like if they don't have me, they can't be successful because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe that I am just a piece of a part of your journey. And even without me, if you keep growing and doing what if it becomes a compounded experience for you, you're going to be just fine, right?
yeah,
And even when some of my girls leave Elevate after a couple years, it's emotional. They're
totally.
crying, I'm crying,
Yeah.
they question, can I really do this? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I was just here to bring something out. You
Yeah.
can do it, you know?
Yeah.
And so I never want to handhold people to the point where they feel like they can only do it with me because
That's not
that is
helpful.
not the truth. That's not true. You can also do it without me. I'm just a part of the journey. And
Yeah.
what an honor it is to be a part of the journey, and to see you change everything,
Hmm.
everything, and it will forever be changed. And it will forever, you'll continue to rise and grow just as long as you can keep showing up for yourself and compound what you have learned and just like let it continue to pile up and get bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And I think a lot of coaches, course creators can kind of manipulate the situation.
Oh, yes.
I've seen it. I've been part of it.
Yes.
I've watched mentors literally show me how to use NLP to hypnotize their audience through video, through email, into coercing them to buy. And I'm like, this is so wrong on so many levels.
Really?
I don't want you to think that without me, without my framework, without this, you can't exist.
Mm, hmm.
I like to think of I was hiking one day like a few years ago. It was like a winter hike and I live in Massachusetts, and when you walk through the snow, it's like really deep. You make these deep tracks, and it's a lot of work, and you're sweating your butt off, and you're like, whew. And I was walking the trail a second time a couple days later. The footprints were frozen deep in the snow, and I was walking them, and I got this intuitive hit, like, this is what you do. You're not saying that people need to stay on this path with you forever, but you've walked the path. You don't have to put in such hard work to make those initial footprints, but at any point they have the strength to walk and veer off whenever they want to, however they want to, because they've built that muscle themselves.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And that's the journey of it, right? Like, and I think that's the wild thing about entrepreneurship. It feels like sometimes like the wild, wild west, right?
Yeah.
And like we all want to kind of, in a sense, follow the journey and path. And there are so many journey and paths that you can follow, but at some point, we all veer and go in a different path and direction, right? And it's truly up to you. That's why I tell my people all the time, I want you to feel super good about what you are selling. And the moment you don't feel good about what you are selling, stop selling it
Yeah.
and sell the thing that you actually want to show up and do,
Yeah.
especially as a photographer, especially as a service provider.
Yes.
It's so
Everything.
personal,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, and this year, 2025, this is, and like right now, we're kind of on the cusp of June. Like the energy has shifted so much where
Mhm.
if you are trying to sell something that is not in alignment or your heart is not fully embracing and into, it's not going to work.
It's not. It takes too much effort right now to do it. It just not. But on the flip side, like even for me, the things that I have going on, I'm so excited about them. I try to remind myself to stay in that energy of I can't wait till the room is filled because oh my God, what they're about to walk away with is about to just change everything for them, you know? And so I'm so excited about it. And I've let go of some things that I just not that excited about anymore, you know, that just really pull me into the procrastination and and I'm just, you know, just like dragging. And those are signs for me. And I think like some people it might be hard for them to accept that. You know, it's like, "What? You're not." And it's like, "No, you know."
Yeah.
But it's okay because I'm the one that's selling it and I'm the one that has to deliver and show up in service to it. And so it's like we just always have to be really cognizant of that energy of how you feel
Yeah.
because it tells you so much. It tells you so much.
And I've done that too. I've made 14 courses over the years of being an online business. That's a lot of courses and
That's
it's a
a
lot of launching,
lot.
a lot of
Yeah.
selling. And over
Oh.
time, I've systematically pulled it all back. Like I don't even have it listed on my website anymore. You can't even
Mm.
get it. You got to know a guy to get it. And even then, I'll probably just give it away.
Hmm.
And I think we have to be really careful of how easy it is to fall into those traps of like, I'll just keep selling it. Oh, it's a funnel. So it's, automated. I set it and forget it. Like it's not really, because sometimes
Hmm.
it needs your attention
No,
and
for sure.
it is important. No,
Yeah.
I have some notes. I was going to do a little bit of channeling, a little reading for you. Is this like a good transition time?
Yes, I would love that so much. You know, I'm over here like going, I have to get a little video. I'm so excited for
Said
this.
it. This is great. And it's
Let's do
literally
it.
111 on the nose. How perfect
Oh,
timing is this, right? Oh,
it's
okay.
meant to be, Emily. It's meant to
Okay.
be.
So Ray and I were texting before this, and I was like, what if I read you live on your podcast? And then I forgot all about it. And so when we first started, I'm like, all right, hold on. Let's sit in awkward silence. I'm going to take some notes. And so what I do as my process for anybody who is brand new to me, brand new to energy, any of this, I I get quiet, I silence my thoughts, and I sort of imagine like a blank slate. And I've been doing this for so long that it comes very naturally to me. So if you've never done it and you're like, that doesn't happen to me, I'm like, don't worry about it. This is just like I've worked this muscle so much, like it's very quick for me.
Yeah.
So when I first tapped into your energy, I call in your energy field. And immediately I got this visual, which is kind of how it happens for me, where I get a visual first and then like the whole picture kind of paints itself.
Mm.
So I got this visual almost like a rocket ship going past like levels of atmosphere where you're like
Mm.
breaking through barriers, breaking through barriers, breaking through barriers. And I was like, "Oh, I love this for you." And I was probably saying that while I was like,
You were. I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear. I'm like, now I have to take notes. This is so fun. Okay.
so you're like breaking through barriers, and like all this beautiful sunshine. And I was like, oh, this feels so good. And so part of it is the visual of breaking through barriers. Some of it's the words of breaking through barriers, but it's also how I felt, where I felt
Mm.
so uplifted. I felt like I'm doing new things I've never done. I'm innovating, I'm changing. And the sunshine, it makes me feel so warm and fuzzy and safe and excited, and like I'm following my passion. And I asked if there was any information that you require, any particular area that needs attention. So without going into an annoying and long amount of detail in the middle of this reading, we have seven main chakras. And if you ever gone to like a yoga studio, you see like the little Buddha person with the little rainbow circles over them, those represent your seven main chakras.
Mm-hmm.
And they each have a job. They also, interestingly, exactly correspond to our endocrine system. So they are also tied with our physiology. So when
Mm.
you're under stress, it's not just like a brain thing, it's like a full body energy. And that's again back to our energy. People can feel it. They can. It's been scientifically proven within 3 seconds of walking into a room, we can feel that energy. So
Mm-hmm.
the energy center that brought my attention was your heart. And so
Mm.
heart chakra is about giving and receiving unconditional love. It's
Mhm.
also about boundaries. And so boundaries, my special word for you. I love you so much.
Oh, yes, this is so on par, Emily. Oh my gosh, so good.
Okay. So I wrote hard time with boundaries. You're saying yes to so many people and giving them what they want to help out everyone. And so she's shaking her head at me, friend. She's shaking her head at me.
I'm like shocked. This is so great. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. We'll talk about it. Keep going.
Okay, do you want to talk about it now? Or do you want me to keep
Well, it's so funny because actually on my coaching call this week, I had to remind my clients of the boundary, and it's really hard for me. It is really hard for me. Like I want to be there for them. And I am there for them. I have to remind myself, girl, you are. You have all these systems and platforms and things and tools for them to be able to reach you and contact you, but it doesn't have to be on your cell phone. So recently I've had some clients be like, "Can I call you real quick? Can you call me real fast?" And I'm like, "No, I can't. Like, I cannot on this Sunday afternoon where I just celebrated my dad's 80th birthday and with all of my family, like we're about to do this thing. Like, no, I can't call you really fast. But what you can do is send me a voice note in Slack. You know what I mean? Um, and then so yes, boundaries with clients. I've had to remind them, and it's I have a hard time having hard conversations. And so it's just hard for me sometimes. But then also boundaries with family. And it's not necessarily, it's more so emotional boundaries. Like I really am learning to just like protect my peace and not take on all of the that there is, like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't, because
Yeah.
I honestly feel like that has been a piece that has held me back from reaching levels that I want to reach, and I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. And so
So I do, not to give myself a plug, but I have a great meditation to protect your energy from energy vampires, or when you feel like you have cords, like people's energies all over you, or like you feel like they've drained you, because
yeah,
as entrepreneurs, we have to protect our energy.
yeah, we have to.
Especially when you're client facing. Oh my gosh, it's like the visual that I like to share. It's like, imagine if you're wearing this like fabulous white suit and every person you were interacting with throughout the day like threw paintballs at you, and you end the
Mm,
day with like all their energy and all the
same.
stuff all over you, and you're like,
Yes.
no wonder I feel like crap, because all this stuff is all over me and I'm not like bad at my job, I just not protecting my peace, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just you're wanting to help everybody, which is noble and wonderful. I'm a golden retriever. I get it. Like I want
Mm-hmm.
to help everybody and be like everybody's friend and all that, but also like really being clear with your boundaries. And even if it wasn't at your father's birthday party, like you could have a Sunday where you're literally putting your feet up and doing absolutely nothing but enjoying your life, and
Mm-hmm.
it's still a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
that part. Okay, so there's a new niche developing for you.
Ha.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
A new
Um,
niche developing.
Niche. So,
Mm-hmm.
this segment, like, don't be afraid that like there's plenty of folks out there for this niche, like plenty. And
Hmm.
we are talking a little bit about like people who can show up and do the work and like, listen, there is, I'm hearing there's a shoe for every foot. That's hilarious.
Oh wow.
Okay. So like just embrace the fact that you are rising up, you are breaking these new barriers, you are this like, oh, ray of sunshine, get it?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
And so it's like embrace that. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's part of like I totally resonate with that too. It's like this level that you are this person who's holding this torch and you're lighting other torches too.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be at this different frequency.
Mm.
right? It's not down here and like helping all the broken birds. It's a higher frequency.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to be like, I want this type of person. I'm only available for this type of work.
Hmm.
Because you have ways that they can be served in other, but like with your time, with your energy, with what you're holding,
Yeah.
it's like you got a niche down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm being drawn into solar plexus, which I didn't write about, but I'm feeling it right now. So I'm just going to tune into that.
Okay.
So solar plexus is a couple inches above your belly button, and that is about what your will center, your trusting your gut, that instinct. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, so the message I'm getting is like actually this has been brewing for a bit. This idea, this concept has been brewing for a bit.
Okay.
And it's like burning fire in my gut right now. So,
Oh man. I just it's coming out.
right, it has to. Like you can't hold it back. Like it's fire. Um, it's like this concept, this idea, it's like it's burning and it's wanting to come out. What it feels like, it's like something, the idea that pulls you. You're not like, I wonder if I could do such and such. Like
Hmm.
it's gonna rip you out of bed. It's gonna be like, this is the thing. And you've already started to tap into it. You might not have it fully baked, but like it's in the process right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You just have to give yourself permission and allow it to come through. Um,
Okay.
there's this author named Richard Dotts, and he has this book called, oh God, what is it called? It's like Money Flows to Me Easily. That's what it's
Okay.
called. And it's like an afternoon read. Like it's very short and sweet. And he says there's two ways that things happen, that change happens. One is when we like work on it, strive, perfect, keep going, pushing. The other way is effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Hmm.
there's this new energy that's coming in, especially this year, and especially for you right now. It's like, can I open up to the season where I don't have to effort as much,
Mm-hmm.
and things can just happen? Um,
Yeah.
for example, like I had a neighbor who dropped off a blueberry pie. I was like, I didn't even know I wanted a blueberry pie until it showed up. Like, this is so great. This like effortless manifestation.
Mm.
And so like letting that kind of come into your life, into your body, like maybe the season of like hustling and pushing and like all that equals this. Maybe there's a little bit of a change with that.
Yeah, yeah, no, I received that. I received that. And I feel like I definitely am planting seeds and we talked about it. Like I told you about TikTok
Mm.
and also so I'm a numbers girl and I've been like studying options a lot. And I'm a numbers,
Cool.
yeah, and so I know it's like risky, but it doesn't have to be risky. Anyway, I think it's my time to jump with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That might be a piece of it. There's a lot of different pieces. A lot of these things really have nothing to do with photography. um, but they are things that I am into.
Yeah.
And I'm like freely allowing myself to show up and do it and be like raw Ray. Like it doesn't have to be this, super aesthetic thing that I've just been so used to. But I'm just really like working on that because I'm a photographer and like a lot of stuff is aesthetic.
Perfectionist and all
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
There's this it's like this burning feeling in my gut. It's like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, would it be possible? What is it like? And it's like, allow
Hmm.
yourself to follow it. You're smart, you're scrappy, you can
Yeah.
figure it out. And maybe it doesn't look like what you have going on, but maybe it's an evolution of what you have going on. So
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's good. That is so good. That is
Thanks.
like so on par. It's all so on par. As you always are, Emily. It's just I love watching people in their gift and just in the thing that they can do that others just maybe can't do in the same ways. Like that is just the power, right? Like And when we can keep following that and leaning into it, like the world just opens up, you know, as weird as it might be, as lonely as it might be, you know what I mean? Like, I think that it's just so cool. So I thank you for that reading. Really, I do, y'all. And it's so on par. It's so on par. I'm gonna have to listen back a couple of times.
And I wrote down a note to, I wasn't planning this and I haven't told you yet, but I wrote a note to give your listeners access to this group of meditations called the CEO Sanctuary series.
Oh, I love that. So
So
cool.
I'll get you a coupon code for that. You can put it in the show notes, but for all your listeners to grab it so they can have access to some of the meditations that you've listened to, or some new ones that maybe you haven't heard yet.
Haven't heard yet. Have such a treat. You guys, so that's like a treat. Thank you so much. Emily, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I have one of your meditations downloaded on my phone.
Listen, I learned the hard way. I learned the hard
It's
way.
been like that. I've had it for, I don't know, years. Thank
Yes,
God. Because
yes.
it's funny, the other day, I just needed to tap back in. I can feel like I can be like a high functioning anxious person. Like it could just, it's all inside of me. And certain friends will feel it. Like one of my girlfriends, she's like, you are just, it's a lot going on. I'm like, girl, it's so much going on. But I had to just get myself together and I like played it. And I was like, I'm going to tell Emily on the
Please
podcast. I do.
do.
It's just one,
Which
it's the
one?
reboot meditation.
Oh, reboot all day.
I
All
probably can say it back to you word for word because that's how often I would listen. I've listened to it over the years. So, y'all, this is a treat to have the CEO Sanctuary series. And please tap in because I know I will. Um, because this work is so important. It's just a big part of really showing up more boldly and seeing things work in your favor in your business because of how you show up. Yeah, right? Like that's really what it's about. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving them that gift.
my pleasure. I just do it. The little voices in my head tell me to, and hey, just follow that.
Let's follow that.
I'm here to just be of service. So I hope folks have listened. If they've listened this far and they heard it, like, thanks for being here. Thanks for
Yes.
being with us.
Yes.
It's been
Yes.
such a gift to be here, and I love that we got to have this conversation.
Me too. It's just such a full circle moment. It's so freaking cool. Like y'all, like you can actually make friends and connect with real great humans on the internet, on social. Like it is a real thing. And it doesn't even have to be in your industry. Go figure, right? Like, and it's just crazy. 2017, now we're in 2025 and you're on the podcast. And I thank you so much for just always just I don't know, we just stay kind of sticking together. Like somehow, some way we'll DM each other. Now we're texting each other. You know what I mean? Like it's just special because you see me and I see you, and there's value in that.
I love that. I love to
Yes.
cultivate relationships like that. When you have a connection with somebody, just follow that and
Yeah.
be human. I think
Hmm.
that's like hard sometimes to be taking a relationship from online into real life, and
Yeah.
like, but don't be awkward. Just be like, hey, let's be friends. I think that's what I did. I was like, hey, you want to like be friends? And
Check on each other. Yeah, you're like, text me. And I was like, okay, that's totally fine. You know what I mean? Like, so cool. So, thank you. Tell people how to connect. I'll put it in the show notes, all the things. But you all, please go follow Emily on Instagram and let her know that you came from this podcast, like the Ray Whitney podcast. Like, I think that would be really cool.
I would love that. And I'm open to new friends. So please reach out. EmilyAarons.com is my main website. That's where you'll find all of my social links. I do a regular show, which I'm about to be a few minutes late to on YouTube. It's fine.
Yes.
It's gonna be great. I do a regular show where I channel on YouTube. I'm on Instagram and probably other places as well. And you can download. I have a free app, Mastering Ascension, and like Bray mentioned, I do have a paid membership as well. But start with CEO Sanctuary and like see how it feels. But I always like to say thank you to not just the podcast host, but also to the listeners. It really means a lot that you've spent this time with me. And I'm a podcast listener. I'm also a host. And these episodes are really valuable. And they actually take us as hosts a lot of time and energy to produce. So I think the best gift that you could give Ray would be a really kind 5-star review wherever you listen. Just let her know how great she is. I mean, I tell her sometimes, but like also you should tell her. And if this episode was resonant, like share that in the review too. It's so nice to hear that from our listeners.
Yes, it is. So true. Yes, yes. Thank you, listeners. And thank you, Emily. Thank you so much. This was amazing.
Thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Oh, so good. Until next time, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.